goal isn't to live forever. The goal is to create something that will.
Welcome to Perspective, a podcast for wedding creators where we sit down often with a special guest and talk about our many years of experience in the wedding industry so you can learn from us and grow your wedding business. Hello, my name is Simon.
And I'm Greg.
Together, we are Cinemate Films, two Scottish-based wedding filmmakers who love nothing more than drinking coffee and talking shop with others in the wedding industry. And we've teamed up with Photography Farm to bring you 6 special episodes in anticipation of Thrive on the 10th and 11th of March at the Imagen AI at the Hotel in Edinburgh as they celebrate 10 years. So expect 2 days of talks, panels, shoots, plenty of time to learn and connect. It'll be a really good time. I hope to see you there. Obviously, this podcast is sponsored by PickTime and with Jack, but I'll go into that a little bit later in the show. Good morning, Gregory.
Good morning.
Who are we talking to today?
We are talking to Joshua Woodland. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Very good.
Very well. Yeah, thank you for sorting out all this stuff beforehand. Before we hit record, Joshua was in another room and it didn't sound quite so good, but then it looked great. He had a nice big mirror. So we had to settle for this nice sounding room, but it doesn't have the big mirror.
You can hear me. So that's the main thing.
We can hear you. That's right. We will get FaceTime at Thrive, obviously, with Joshua. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
How have you been?
I've been doing good, thank you. Yeah, been, slow season now. So I've just been kind of relaxing as much as possible before it's all go, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you shot anything yet? Have you been working on any projects? What's the workload during the non-busy times?
Yeah, so I've done 2 weddings actually. So I've done 2 already this year, but it's been nice. It's been like 4 hours coverage, so really nice amount of time to ease me back in. So that's been really nice, and they were local. So yeah, it's been good. But other than that, I've kind of just been focusing on, as you know, what we do in slow season, like on the back end of everything. So doing my website, all that fun stuff that we totally ignore for the whole summer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Was there any one element in particular that you were like, oh shit, I've left this for far too long?
Yeah, updating my images on my website. I looked on it last year, and I was like, these are so old. What am I doing? But it's you just forget, don't you? It's so hard to remember. So yeah, it's been good just ticking off the to-do list, really. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonder when Simon pulled the images for show and tell. I wonder if they're older or newer.
I'll be like,
Who knows?
But before we get too far into things, do you want to just introduce yourself for any listeners if they've not heard of you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I'm Josh. I'm a wedding photographer based in the UK, and I've been shooting weddings for about four years now. Yeah, based down in Dorset, so I'm along the south coast.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I shoot. It's a great job. It's literally taken me everywhere, which I love. So I do a lot of kind of London elopements, but I love the destinations as well. So it's a mixed bag. It's nice. It keeps the creativity levels going.
Yeah. What's your percentage of destination weddings compared to local?
Yeah. So destination weddings in the past have been quite high for me. So I used to do about 6. Last year I did 6 weddings, destination weddings, but I'm really trying to lower that now because it can be quite stressful.
Yeah.
The logistics, it's it looks great on the outside, but it's actually, it can be a lot. So I'm trying to level that down, be closer to home, be in the UK a bit more. I think that's what's singing to me a bit more at the minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's cool. And I suppose it would be good to know how many weddings you like to tend to aim for in your booking.
Yeah, again, so that's changed drastically now as well. So before, I used to do quite a lot. So last year I did 40. The year before that I did 46. This year, it's slowed down so much. So I'm doing 24 weddings this year. And then I'm hoping
Lovely.
to 25 is like my max now, I think.
Yeah.
It's so hard though, because I'm such like a yes person. I'm trying like so hard not to be a yes person, because I see an inquiry come in and I'm like, I want to do it. Especially if you tell a couple, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I get that. I get that 100%. I feel like I'm more no nowadays, because I feel like that, like, there is always that progression in business, I think, where you start off and you're just like, right, I got to get bookings. And then you gather all the work and you're working a lot. And then suddenly you're a few years down the line and you're just like absolutely rammed. And there's a little bit of perspective in that, where it's just like, I am near burnout. I mean, how many photographers can relate to burnout? I mean, Jesus. And then it is like, okay, what's going to be, like, what's that number going to look like to be maintainable for longevity? And also just like, well, for me anyway, it was just like, what number do I want to do? Like, it's not necessarily a financial number. It's more just my mindset and realizing that I want to live my life as well as being a business person. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. Does that ring true for you?
Yeah, you can see me nodding for it. Yeah, 100,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, it's hard, because I think once you start your own business, you want the work to come in, you're getting the inquiries, you don't know the balance of everything, like work-life balance. I think every photographer can resonate with that, like getting the balance of work and personal life is important. And I think it takes you to do it and to go wrong to then realize, okay, I need to change this.
Yes.
We all do it. I don't know. I don't think I've heard anyone that hasn't.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. I don't know anyone either. In fact,
Talk of-
usually oh, sorry. On you go, Greg.
you were
Continue.
talking about like work-life balance. What do you like to do outside of weddings and photography? Like what's...
I'm just like, I'm slow life for me. So I live by the coast. I've been here about like 8 years now. So it was like the best thing I did. I mean, for me, I've got a dog. I'm with my partner, my boyfriend. So we just live down here. So on my time off, life is so crazy, isn't it? I'm just like, so, dog walks, big coffee lover, going to gigs, just like being with friends, family, that kind of thing.
Yeah. What kind of gigs are we going to, and what kind of coffee we drinking?
I'm really bored. So I'm just like a latte kind of guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a latte straight up, all the milk. I love coffee, but if I have more than one, I'm like, I'm a nervous wreck. So
yeah, we'll have to watch if my speed increases, like the way. Oh my god. See, it's already kicking in. I'm on coffee number 2 in the space of like an hour. So already my brain's like, but we'll get through this together.
We got it. I know. I always laugh at that, because my partner always says it as well. He's like, he can tell when I've had 2 or more.
Yeah.
He's like, have you had too much coffee? I'm like, yeah. How do you know? He's like, yeah, signs to show it. But it gets us through the day, right?
It does. I feel like I need it, like a genuine need it for functioning. But I probably should curtail it a little bit before a podcast. It is reckless, and I have to apologize for Lisa. So sorry.
Well, the worst case is when you're, if you need the coffee to actually get rid of the headaches, that's when you know it's bad.
Oh God, we've been there.
Yeah, we know.
Okay, let's start talking about your work, because it's beautiful. I really enjoy going through your work, your portfolio. So I am looking forward to the show and tell. But how would you describe it? Because I think it's always interesting to hear how people describe their own work, because so many words mean certain things, and then in this industry we're kind of misusing terms all the time, or just interpreting them differently. So your work, how do you describe it?
It's a good question, because sometimes I actually don't know. I'm always like,
sure.
Try and explain it. When people want me to explain, I'm always like, obviously, as we know, and it's mentioned before, like editorial was thrown out so much. But, I would probably go down that route and say that resonates with me a bit with my work. I saw something from, I think it was Lenzel World, and they said about loose editorial. Was it loose editorial recently? Kind of like a new way of kind of explaining the editorial term. And I thought, you know what, that sounds like me. Kind of like, the more candid side of photography, real storytelling, and almost at that point where the couple's not aware that I'm kind of taking the photos. I like those in between moments, when you're directing. I mean, my direction is very subtle with couple portraits, but kind of when you're setting something up and those kind of in betweens with those, and they're talking and the glances and stuff. I love that side. Sometimes, I hear it from my couples, kind of like how they describe my work. So kind of I go off that. Like a lot of them say kind of the editorial, like the warmer vintagey tones. And then they always say the candid, which is a hard one as well, because they always like the candid, but candid is not always candid. And I always explain this. I always say, look, I know what you're saying, but the photos that you see that are the candid, they haven't, they've been kind of prompted a little bit. I've got like my subtle direction and cue things that I do to get those moments out of them. It's not necessarily like I don't say anything, stand there, because they would just stand there as well.
Yeah, I always feel that there's that balance there where it's just like subtle direction. What was it mixed with something else? Yeah, because it's as soon as a couple like a photograph and they know it's candid, they might say something like, "Oh, and we've got to do some candids." Well, as soon as you have to do them, they're no longer candid anymore. And so that's where those kind of like two thought processes come in. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's quite interesting. But editorial, loose editorial, is that the terminology you said?
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard it before. I heard it recently. It was quite a good way to explain.
First time. Is that just like a mix of like the editorial, because that's quite editorial images? It's almost like a creative direction in an image mixed with the documentary. Is that what we're getting at here?
Yeah, basically, it's like a real fine between those two, which kind of, I think, probably resonates with quite a lot of photographers. Some people aren't so posy and very, people like those moments. So it's good. Yeah, I thought it was quite a good one to explain.
So where does your taste come from in terms of like the maybe point of view that you put into your work, or like what inspires you to create the images that you do?
I would say, I'm really into what inspires me on a day to day is kind of, I'm a big music lover. I love my friend came around last night and we were looking at like music videos. I love like music videos.
Yeah. Okay.
That. And, when I first started, I was really inspired by like Solange, like Solange Knowles. Like Beyonce.
Yeah. Why am I not familiar with this?
Beyonce says that she's amazing. And like her Visionary album, honestly, when I first started photography, it inspired me so much. I used to listen to it on like loop, listen to it, watch it. Like she's so like effortlessly cool. So that used to really inspire me. Like other fashion photographers, I really like love that. I get inspired by that. I follow a guy called Greg Swales. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's like based in America, and Charlie Dennis. They're like two of my favorite fashion photographers, because I kind of take like a bit of inspiration from that. Like I love that side. I'm really kind of into fashion, and just like love really like movies. Like I'm a big like soppy person with like movies and stuff, and just like human connection. Like I love that. I'm a Virgo. I'm like a proper observer, so that's what I love at weddings. Like could be an extrovert when I want to be, but I'm quite introverted in ways. So like, I can take a step back. I like observing people, seeing like the connection, standing back and really getting that connection through people. I think it's just amazing.
You're saying that, and it got me thinking about this might sound totally random, right? But your about kind of portrait of yourself on your about page on your website.
Yes.
It is pulled back, and you are lonely. Well, as in you're alone on a couch. Actually, maybe. Actually, I mean, there is a subtle loneliness about the image.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's just that because you were so removed, it's kind of like a voyeuristic thing, but it feels very unpretentious, which I really like about it. And I know I've gone down a little bit of a random rabbit hole here,
I just, I love it.
but yeah, what we communicate about ourselves in the same medium as we're creating is, I find an interesting thing that's maybe overlooked.
Mm.
You know, did you give much thought about your about me picture, or?
You know what? It's a really funny one because I thought you meant another one at the time, but I know which one you mean now. Where I'm just sat on the sofa. So the story of that's actually really funny. So I was having an extension done on my house and renovations, and we were literally out of our house for like 5-6 months, and we'd moved our lounge to there, and literally there was no floor, we hadn't even painted, and we had to like move back in slowly, and we just threw the sofa in, and I remember thinking like, oh, I'm going to take a photo there.
It works. It works so well.
So it's just like an empty room that had not been done at all. And I was like, yeah, sofa, take a picture.
Looks
good. I like
good.
that perspective of that, like you said. I've never thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the way you were describing your work there. And I was like, yeah, it's
quietly observing on the sofa.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I get that. It's not because I'm not going to say I dislike anything really, but I do find it kind of too commercially, which is not a bad thing, but just for me, when you have an about me section and it's a photographer with their camera and they're looking at the camera with the camera, I'm like, I understand you're telling me you're a photographer, you've got the gear and it's you, but I feel like it's very one-dimensional in a way.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I'm getting too negative. Sorry. And if you're a photographer out there who has a camera in their hand in your about picture, I'm sorry.
I was just quickly checking our bio.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Luckily, it's not. It's a glass of whiskey and then nothing in my hands.
Of that.
Ah, yes. Well, there is one point where one of us is throwing a camera.
Yeah, true.
In our shot that we did.
Love that. This is the thing, though. It's that comfort, though, isn't it? We're behind the camera. It's like, I totally get why people do it. And I've definitely got shots where I've done branding before holding the camera because just like feel comfortable. Because I always, I do this at weddings as well. I always try and, when I arrive at a wedding, I never get my camera out straight away. I always find that for me is really important. And this is a really random tangent, but it just like made me think about that. Where like when I arrive, I always make sure like I put my camera bag down. I don't kind of arrive with all like guns blazing, like, all right, I'm ready. I kind of just like have a chat, make them feel like a bit more comfortable, and then take the camera out.
Yeah, I am totally with that approach. That is ours as well. I can't. I mean, we used to like I used to have a big bag with and shoot from a bag. And now we moved to the spider holsters, so they're on your hips like a cowboy. Which I feel like you could probably get away with not wearing your cam. Like you could probably have them because that's not eye level. No one's really going to be looking at you. But I don't know. Even still, I'd still like to not have anything on me when I show up for the first time.
Yeah, it could be quite intimidating, can't it? Especially for like shyer bride and grooms. You know, it's a really stressful day, isn't it? Especially you arrive at a really stressful time. Sometimes, you know, the bride's probably running around the room, everything's a bit mental, and you're there like, "Hi, let's go." It can be. I think it can be quite a lot, can't it?
Yeah. It's, especially if they're waiting for you to like not begin, but it almost is like a beginning. It's like they're holding back because they want to get shots with the photographer, and so they're not popping the champagne or anything like that. Do you ever get into those kind of situations where it's just like, oh, you're here now, and everyone's just like, boom, it's happening?
Yeah, I think when you arrive as well, people are they're just instantly waiting for your like guidance. So they kind of they panic, don't they? They're just, you know, what do I do now? I think they overthink it sometimes. That's my primary explore. I'm always, if they're like that, you know, some people are really comfortable in front of the camera. You kind of like gauge it when you meet them really in person. I always find like it's very, you know, kind of know how to read a room. you have to know how to read a room, and reading people, I think, is quite a big one sometimes. I think that, like, for me, like I use that quite a lot. Like, my approach is very different for everyone. You know, I enter a room, I see kind of how they are as a couple as well. You know, sometimes I'll say, right, if they're quite fun, they love being in front of the camera, but like, let's try this, let's do this, you know, or, you know, if they're a bit more shy and they don't want to be posed too much, I kind of reassess and just change my direction. You know?
Yeah. So speaking of that, like you said, your direction is quite subtle and like just small guidances here and there. And like you like to observe people. So say you've got a couple, spent the morning with them, ceremony, you're at couple shoot now, and they're a bit more of the reserved type of couple. What sort of guidance are you giving them at that couple shoot stage then?
No, good question. So with that, kind of how I approach it is, you know, when we head out for like couple portraits, I'll just try and be, you know, just have a little chat. I'll never start the pictures straight away. Just kind of make a joke, make a conversation with them to try and like make them feel comfortable as possible. That's kind of how I start. And then I'll kind of get them in place. I'll get them, it depends on what we're doing, but I always start with kind of walking pictures. I think, you know, they're so classic. They're so, you can never go wrong, can you, with a walking pic? So I always kind of start with that, and that kind of gets them going. I'm like, you know, don't look at me, don't look at the camera. This is about you two. You two just have a chat. We're just walking, nothing crazy. We're just walking down there. You're having a conversation. You're catching up. Let's go. And then I'll just go from there. And that's kind of how it starts. And I think, you know, I always say to my couples as well, it's the first couple minutes feels a bit icky. First 5 minutes, you're like, oh, what's this? And then 9 times out of 10, even if they're quite awkward in front of the camera, like, they're all right. They're warmed up at that point. They're like, let's go. Or I'm like, bring a drink. You know, I do a lot of, I'll kind of break up my couple portraits. So I always kind of, you know, if it's in the UK and we've got a beautiful sunset, I'll kind of, maybe I'll go out for during the drinks reception, and then we'll go out again for sunset. Or, you know, if it's the weather's not good, we'll do some flash photography inside. I'm always like, you know, bring a drink, bit of Dutch courage. Let's go. Yeah. Like, always try and keep it short. I think if you're just really dragging it out, that's when it gets a bit flat.
Yeah.
I agree. How short is short though? Because some photographers and video people have very different definitions of this. So what is short to you? Like, what's a good time to take a couple out? Both, like, if you are thinking I've only got one time to take them out, and then again when you know you're maybe going to get sunset, does that change anything?
Yeah, so if I was to go up kind of twice, which I usually tend to, I would say they're about 15 minutes each time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it can go more for sure. Like if they're loving it and they're like, you know, some couples are like, let's do this. I'm like, cool, let's do some more. But I try and I don't want to take them out of their day too much. That's my main focus. I really don't want them to have their day where it's really photo heavy. For me, I've done it before. I did a wedding recently, actually, and it was Afro-Caribbean Pakistani wedding, and there was a lot of guests. There was a lot going on. It was such a beautiful wedding, beautiful couple, and a lot was happening. And we came to doing the kind of the couple portraits, and the bride just got really like overwhelmed. It was just like one of those times you had it scheduled in for a couple portraits, and she was just like, I need to stop having photos. This has been too much. Like, we're having group photos, you know.
Right.
And I was like, it's okay, we got time. Like, it was still early, it was summer. I was like, let's just leave it now. She was like, no, do we need to do it now? No, like, it's your day. Let's go back, have a drink, have a sit down, have a breather, and we'll go out in a bit.
Yeah.
I
mean, I feel like that's how you should approach things.
I think sometimes you worry though, don't you? Because as the day's going on, you know, you are there to obviously capture someone's day, and you're panicking. So
yeah. No, you're right. There is definitely a balance, but putting a person's feelings first, I think is just probably the better way to go. In terms of like, okay, yeah, you're right, but we don't have a lot of time, and so we're just going to do it anyway and just kind of powering through. which I know some photographers can do. And
Yeah. I just think at that point she was so over. I think it would have been really hard to like turn it back the other way around. I just, would be wasting time if anything. Essentially, at that time, that's what I thought in the moment. I was like, we're going to go out there. You're not going to be relaxed. It's not the time.
Hey, I'm Ashley from With Jack. I'm one of the sponsors of the Perspective podcast. With Jack helps to keep photographers in business by supporting them financially and legally if they have problems with a client or they make a mistake in their work. We've all had that fear of our CF card or our hard drive failing and losing important photos. You can find out more at withjack.co.uk. Head over there and find out how we can help you be a confident creative.
How many portrait images are you getting in 15 minutes? Because that's the other balance that I think we struggle with is knowing when to feel good about the amount of images, because we've all been in this situation, I think, where we've just not been 100% happy with what we've got, and we've maybe pushed it too far. We've taken the couple to several different locations, and you can see and feel them having enough, but still that fear in the back of your head that you just haven't got it yet. So talk me through that.
Yeah. So with that, with it being kind of 50 minutes, I mean, it's more sometimes. It is for sure. But but I find, the pictures. I'm trying to think really.
I mean, it's hard to put down a number, I suppose. Like, it is a tricky question.
It really does vary. I'm very kind of beforehand. I'll be very conscious of like what you probably do it as well when you're wrecking around the venue when you first get there, or like throughout the day. You're like sussing where you're going to go. I've always got like a plan. Yeah. That's the main thing for me. I've kind of got a plan. If there's a videographer with me, I'm like, right, I think I'm going to go out this point. Let's go here, then there. What do you think? Let's do it. Always got a plan in place. But I always, I am quite not, but with kind of the candid side and like walking and stuff, like, I'll be snapping a bit, then doing some couple portraits. But I always have it in my mind that while I'm doing couple portraits, I look at the perspective of the gallery and I think, right, I kind of want to, and it all depends on the venue as well, of course, but I always try and do like a wide, so like horizontal, like a portrait of them. And then I'll do like a close up portrait. And then I'll do some like natural walking ones. Like I always try and get the both and the wide and the, so I'm always thinking of that. But for the final gallery, do you want to know the numbers of how many photos?
If you can give me numbers, but I doubt. I was looking for more like a vibe kind of guesstimate, I suppose. But that's fine.
I think with couple portraits, it's probably like around. Oh, I don't know actually. It does vary.
It's okay. It's okay. When I was looking through your portfolio, there's a lot of like busy urban environments, London lights, London low light type, a lot of flash, like quite a lot of chaos in some elements.
Yes.
Do you do a lot of that? And does it excite you? Because obviously you mentioned, if the weather's bad, getting in and doing some flash work. Like, is that a style of photography that you quite enjoy?
Definitely. Yeah, I think so. I kind of like the chaos at times, I think. Especially London, it is like that. When you're photographing on the streets, it can be a lot. I had a man shouting at me recently, actually. We were doing bridesmaids pictures just in the street in London. This is jobs you have, isn't it? You're just on like a side road outside the hotel. And I was just walking backwards. And then he was like, "Get out the way."
Do you do any like I don't know, health and safety is not the right term, but like do you have any like plans for like, I don't know, like safety in the back of your mind, or do you just try and wing it as much as possible?
Oh, always. No, there's always safety. I always find when you're at a manor house in in the countryside or something, you're all right, aren't you? You've got nothing around. But in London, I've definitely got that. I've got that rucksack secure on me. I ain't putting anything down. But no, I do love the chaos of things, and yeah, like you said, kind of my pictures. I love all the the in between moments. Everyone's sat down, they're just about to have dinner. I love like the slow shutter. You've got all the waiters bringing all the food out. I love that. I just love like the beauty it has in that. I just think it's so nice. So I always tend to do those. And I you know what? Recently I shot at the Ned. I love the Ned. And I don't know if you've worked there before, but when they come out when they come out to the meal service, it's brilliant. I'm always like, right, I need to wait for this, because they all come out. It's like synchronized. So they all come out. It's like a big hall with 2 like tables down each side, and they literally all come in. It's like a performance, and then they all stand there. They move at the same time, and then they put the plates down. Just love that.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen a few of those sort of photos in your gallery and portfolio, and they're always nice.
Yeah, chaos is fun.
Chaos is fun. Let's talk about equipment just very, very quickly, because obviously you mentioned flash and low light shooting, and I think a lot of people struggle with low light shooting. So let's just start with the gear, and then we'll maybe move into how you're using that gear to shoot in harder environments. So what's in your kit bag?
So I've got 2 Canon R6s. So they're my 2 main bodies. And then I've got a few lenses. I used to be a prime kind of guy. I used to primarily shoot on a 35mm like all day, or an 85.
It's a great lens.
Great. You can't beat it, can you? I do love it. So I do love it. But I just have recently got like a zoom lens, and it was that new like F2. Yeah, that's the one. Yep. So I've got that one. It's so heavy, and I'm an it for ages. It is, honestly, it's great. Yeah. But when you put a flash on it as well, I've got the Profoto flash. So when you put that on top, I'm literally like,
Yeah. Are you modifying your flash at all? Because I know some people like to put like the little mini soft boxes on it. Usually they'll hold it out like it's not attached to the camera. It's usually like held out, but I don't know. It's just it's really heavy, really heavy.
Yeah.
It
is heavy, and I do have the 24 to 70 f2.8. So sometimes I use that instead, because I think once you've got a flash on, it doesn't, your apertures. I'm usually at like f6 or whatever, so it's like it doesn't need to be that low, But I always find because at that point I do use the off camera flash quite a lot, especially for like couple portraits. I kind of like the editorial vibe it kind of gives off. Especially if you're shooting in like portrait, because I think if you've got the off camera, I find when it's on the side of the camera and you tilt it, it's like dark on ones, So I think you have more, you have more power, don't you? So it like really lights up the whole picture. So I do use it for that. But I use the other lens, because if I use that heavy zoom, I'm literally like my hands are shaking.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
I know there's like techniques to holding a camera, but are you like a holding it down and let the weight droop, or are you more of like an under and let the weight of the camera go down on your arm? I don't think I've ever asked this question to any other guest. I know it's a bit random, but
that's a good question actually, because I'm really thinking about it now. I'm like, that would actually probably make my life easier, because I shoot that way.
I mean, I don't know. Is there anyone who shoots the other way? It's a bit of a claw.
Yeah, it's a bit of it.
Like to have the button as well. Push. I don't know. Yeah, it probably doesn't work.
Things we do. Yeah. Well,
it's always good to have a discussion about these things that are just like the commonly done thing. Because do we really think about why? Sometimes it's good to just spitball different ideas. You
just do it. Yeah, you just do it.
Just try it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, just revert back and. What was it good? Yeah, so the flash, it's interesting because when the 2870 came out, there has been a gradual shift. So the primes, they were very, very popular for a long time, and I think I just think that was because most people were like not using the flash as much, and so they wanted the bigger apertures, the wider apertures, sorry. And so now there's like more editorial vibes coming in, and it's been coming in for quite a while. Like it's not coming in, we're in it. Everyone's been moved back to flash, and so zooms are back. Do you think they'll swing back, or do you think we are in a good healthy mix at the moment?
I think we're kind of like in a good healthy mix. Yeah, I think so. I think it's because everyone was kind of just one or the other at one point, weren't they?
Yeah.
I only do that and I'd never do that, or vice versa.
Yes, they're like, I'm described as a natural light photographer, and all the people who do flash are like, yeah, that's because you don't know how to work flash.
yeah.
So, and there's like the wall of like, nah, I'm not going to learn.
No, totally.
Which was very interesting from a filmmaker's point of view, because we're like, well, look, we're constant light over here, so you guys fight it out. Just
you're like,
have at it.
Yeah. Doesn't involve me. This is your argument. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Are there? So you use flash? Do you use any kind of constant lighting at all, or like London when you're shooting in low light? Are you using kind of the city's practical lights to do any of your stuff at all, or what's your approach there?
So with that, I kind of, when you always think, I need the natural light, you kind of get scared. Well, I did anyway when it first started. Kind of got scared of ISEO, like shooting that up like ambient. But I love it now. I really like swing into that quite a lot.
Okay.
And I think in London, it depends on the situation, but I think in London, it is. Like I've seen a spike in like winter weddings recently as well for me, which I love.
Okay.
So last year I was doing a lot of London like hotel weddings. You got some of them you've got no windows. I shot of the Nomad recently, and it's all enclosed, so the ceremony's like in the center of the room, and it's like really darkly painted. It's beautiful, like it is unreal. But you don't have a source of natural light, so it is a lot of flash. It is a lot of like high ISO, like I am whacking that up. Yeah, I'm not scared of that anymore. Yeah. I love it.
How high would you be confident to go?
I think that's a good question. I don't go too high, but I would say around like the 3,000. Is it 3,000? Like I can go up to that. Is it more than that?
Okay.
Really bad. I'm really bad with tech sometimes. I'm just.
I mean, it can go a lot higher.
Yeah. Maybe it is more. But
but would you just black and white those images, or are you okay to have the kind of color grain in there?
Again, it depends on the situation. So if it's at dinner, I've kind of got that slow shutter, and I'll whack it up at those kind of times. Sometimes I even like it during speeches. Not all of them. But like when there's speeches, you're in a dark room and there's candles. I think if you've got candles, you're onto a winner, then it looks good. But I find sometimes if it's a dark room and you've got candles, you've got flowers, and you're bouncing that flash, it can look a bit. So I do quite a lot of ambient in those sort of situations, but I do like to do a mixed bag. Like I'll probably have my one camera where I'm doing ambient in that situation, and then I'll have my other camera with flash. So I'll kind of like just go between both.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you feel that sits well within a gallery together? Like if somebody's scrolling through and they see the flash one and then an ambient?
Yeah, I hope so. yeah. I like to kind of create all the different kind of moods, really. Yeah. I just think with ambient though, I love it. It looks so good. It's so like romantic. It's so it looks great.
Yeah,
like the grain. But yeah, sometimes I'll put a bit of black and white on it. But my tones are quite warmer, so I'll put those like warm tones on there as well.
Yeah. No, I love it. Yeah, I do love the lean towards the warmth. That's just naturally how I would tend to push things.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's move on to Instagram, because I think, or just your approach to social media in general. In fact, let's keep that in mind, but let's talk about how you receive your bookings before we go into that. where are most of your bookings coming from? Are they coming from social media? Are they coming from planners, planner recommendations, or do you even keep track?
Yeah, no, good question. So with that, mine are mainly through social media, word of
Okay.
mouth as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, mainly social media. So mine's like Instagram. And I do actually get a lot of work from Pinterest as well. That's quite a good one for me, especially for London weddings.
Oh, okay.
Pinterest is quite a good one for me. But yeah, a lot of it is Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. So those are your two big ones, Instagram and Pinterest.
Yes, I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
spend a couple of minutes telling us about your Pinterest, like how you use it, like because not many people are utilizing it, and it's been like a sleeper platform. It's been around forever.
Yeah.
It has, yeah.
There's a big part of the industry who just don't bother posting on it or using it. So, what's your strategy with it?
It's so true, and I always say this to photographers as well. I'm like, it's such a powerful tool. Like it's literally all imagery based.
Yeah,
and it's perfect for us. And there's a lot of bride and grooms that are mainly brides that are, they're on Pinterest pinning things way before some of them are even like planning their wedding. Like they want, before they're even engaged. Like everyone is using Pinterest. I mean, I use it a lot for my personal life as well. I love Pinterest. I'm Pinterest obsessed. So I've got boards for like absolutely everything. But
I've never used it. It. No.
Yeah.
What's the benefits of it? Comparing it to like social media or, I mean, dare I say TikTok? But
I know there's so many now. It's so hard. That's the thing. It can be so overwhelming, can't it? You get all these apps. You're like, oh, Instagram's enough. Like I can't do any more. But I would say the good thing is with Pinterest is that it is like a slow burner, but also you don't have to put like a lot of effort into it. As in Instagram, you feel like you have to show up a lot. You have to be constantly posting on your stories, posting on your grid, etc., etc. But with Pinterest, it can sound intimidating creating the pins. But what I tend to do, I kind of just sit down. And again, I don't do it all the time. This is the beauty of it. So like, I'll just sit down, pin like 10 photos from my previews. It's easy. You got it on your phone. You might already have them saved. And then, I'll just spend like 15 minutes. I'll pin them all. And then, I kind of don't go back on it. Like that's the beauty of it. It's really like kind of does it all for you in a way.
Yeah.
It's great.
And what sort of images are we pinning here? Is it more visual inspiration for couples, or is it more imagery that you want to create? So more like, I don't know, say portraits rather than details, or is that balanced?
Yeah, I kind of post a mix, really. I did a lot. I mean, years when I first started, I remember I did a wedding in London, loved the pictures, put them up. And that's kind of where I got a lot of my work from initially with doing London weddings. And I think it was like 5 pictures and it was just couple portraits. And so and I think people were just pinning it on their board for like their inspiration and then get hold of me that way. I had a bride recently actually that said, we were just chatting in like the car in the taxi in London, going to like the reception, and I was just like, how did you find me? And she was like, oh, I just found, literally, I was planning my wedding, I was searching on Pinterest, was pinning all these pictures, and then realized that they were like majority were yours, and then she was like, okay, I may as well just reach out to the photographer. So then I got that from that. So I was like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
And I'm right in saying the content on Pinterest is a lot more evergreen than, say, Instagram or something like that.
Yeah, I think because it's like a singular picture as well. It's like it's a lot of things. Because on Instagram, I'm always conscious to do carousels. Like I feel like now people don't post like one picture anymore, do they? On Instagram. So it's so different with that. I feel like in Instagram now, if you do a post, you kind of have to do a whole story. Don't know if that's just me.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I'm trying to play around with Instagram, in doing several different kinds of posts, and I'm trying to get a sense of what's more engaged, like what holds more engagement. But it is so difficult because the numbers are all over the place. I find it really hard to like just trying to understand where is the difference coming from and why. And so at the moment, I'm just kind of giving up a little bit and I'm just going to post anything I want. There's no structure anymore. Do you have any like do you review your kind of content online in that way with metrics and data and all that kind of stuff?
Sometimes, I mean, I do run ads, so I kind of look at it with kind of the statistics with that. But like you kind of said then, Simon, like honestly, I agree. Like I think we sometimes as photographers, we're like chasing perfection sometimes with creating our Instagrams, and you feel like, oh, should I post that? Or, you know, trying to make it like perfect. And, you know, sometimes you're chasing like, you could be chasing the likes or the comments and the engagement, which of course is great. But I just think if you're just doing what speaks to you and what you like, then it's perfect. Like honestly, I used to use this app called I mean, I still do use it, Planoly.
Yeah.
And it like creates your Instagram and stuff. Yeah. And I used to I'm not gonna lie, like I used to really not obsess over it, but I used to be like going on it a lot, like going, right, okay, this has to be perfect, like moving my posts and like having like a month in advance of like what my feed would look like. And then when it actually came to it, I'd change it. Like I would, you know, you do a wedding and you do the previews, you'd be like, oh my God, I love this way, you just upload it. And it all goes out the window. So I just think sometimes you just got to listen to what's right in that moment. That kind of works for me now. But I do always try and post like the story in it. That's so like different parts. Like I used to just post like couple portraits, and you think that's all couples want to see, but they don't. They want to see. They want to see more than that. They want to see like the dance floor. They want to see like their friends, their family, like all those little bits. I try and because that's effectively who you are posting for. You're posting for future couples, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything that you don't post?
I don't know, actually. No, I don't think for the whole day. No, I think I post I try and post all different parts. So I'll be like, I'll do like getting ready, the ceremony, maybe like a detail, and then one couple portrait, or maybe two, and then dance floor, and then like, always like I love the emotional side of things. So I'll always try and, you know, get a picture of, you know, detail of like someone holding hands, like them having a close up with like their nan or someone that's special to them, a hug, like a nice moment between someone. I think that's important.
Yeah. And when you say,
I was speaking to, sorry, Greg, on you go.
When you say like you're posting for future couples, are you posting on purpose, like things that you want to, like where you want to see your business in the next 3 years or something? Is that the sort of content you're posting, like these venues, these sort of fashion trends and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think it's very, I think kind of putting out what you want back is important. You know, if you kind of want to attract a certain thing, it's good to post that. Yeah, like it speaks to that person, isn't it? Because I think really the couples, what they're looking for is to see themselves in that picture. I think that's the main key thing. So, you know, if you're at a certain venue or a certain vibe, the couple are like, oh my God, that's exactly kind of like the vibe that I'm going for, how I want things to look. Yes. So I am quite conscious of posting what I want back for sure.
What's your thoughts then on styled shoots? Because people have strong opinions on it on both sides. But obviously, it's a very helpful tool to utilize when you are trying to post more about what you want back. So what's your thoughts there?
Yeah, I love style shoots. I'm all for them. Yeah, I think they're great. Yeah. I mean, it really helped me in my business to start with. Like I was doing them quite a lot, and I kind of like that side of things. I love the organizing the shoots and the chaos of that. So yeah, I am all for it. And I think again, like when you're starting, let's say, or if you're trying to pivot your business and you want to attract something else, I think style shoots are so powerful for that because you can effectively create what you want.
Yeah.
So I think they're great. Like doing workshops or creating your own, I think is really good as well because then you can really niche and get like really what you want. I think they're good. I did them quite a lot when I first started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I really, so before I used to be a flight attendant before this. So I used to travel like quite a lot. And when I
Okay.
first started, I was like, I really want to do destination weddings like all the time. So I used to, it's mad really, but when I was flying, I'd fly somewhere and then I would literally take like a wedding dress in my suitcase, book a model, and then like do a shoot when I was away and stuff. And that really helped me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like organizing things like that. If you want to pivot into destination weddings, etc., I think it's good. If you want to do London weddings, create a styled shoot in London, like
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. Yeah, I really rate them. I always laugh though, actually, because I remember that I did a style shoot in New York when a few years back, and I bought this massive dress. It was like a Millia London dress.
Okay.
It was like, I don't even know them. They're like huge,
Yeah,
like
they're
ginormous.
big.
And she sent it to me, and it came to my house, and I was like, oh my god, how am I going to fit this in my case? I had to vacuum pack it, and when I vacuum packed it, took it away. I did the shoot in like Central Park. It was great. I mean, I'm like a big Sex and City fan, so New York, I love it. So I was like, yeah, I want to do like a massive dress in the city, like that would be so cool, in like front of like a brownstone building, all those kind of vibes. And I remember did the shoot, got back to my hotel room, and I was like trying to stuff this like wedding dress back into my case, and it just wouldn't shut. I was like sat on it the whole thing. And then I remember I went out of my room and there was like cleaners in the lobby, and I had the Hoover, and I was like, can you help me put this dress into this vacuum bag? They were like, what was this boy doing in this massive dress?
Oh, that's really funny. Was there any like licensing stuff that you had to get to shoot in the park, or
no? There wasn't.
You just interesting.
Yeah. It was a quick one. I went in. We would just kind of walk around the streets, and then we did like a few bits on the side of Central. It's hard. The Central Park is so big.
Yeah,
definitely get lost in there. But no, kind of just, it was a quick picture and leave kind of moment.
We're going to interrupt this podcast to bring you an advertisement for PickTime, our buddies at PickTime. We love PickTime. If you want to elevate your business, PickTime's maybe the way to do it.
It's an online gallery delivery service.
It's a really good looking one, which is initially how we got into the service. It just looks better than all the other kind of platforms that we personally use.
Yeah, and we've over time got to know the owners, got to know the people behind it. Lovely people, great support system there as well.
There's just so many tools at your fingertips with PickTime, but the marketing and the blogs and the slideshow features.
Yeah, there's so much more than just a gallery delivery service. You've got all those things that Simon's talking about. You can create your own blog from it. You can create slideshows. One new feature that I really love is the vendor network. It's where you can use AI to curate a gallery for a specific supplier. So you could use AI to gather all the photos of the flowers and send them to the florist, and they would have that gallery specific just for them.
It's kind of a mind-blowing feature.
Yeah.
And we might as well be taking advantage of AI before the uprising and it starts taking advantage of us. So let's just all bear that in mind.
Yeah, and not to mention the built-in store, and that way you can just make more money while also having a nice, aesthetically pretty gallery.
Yeah. And if you want to sign up today, you can get a free month if you use Perspective at checkout.
Yeah.
So if you want to test it out for free for a month, go for it.
Take your business to the next level with PickTime.
So have you got any tips for...
Hang on, Greg. I want to get back to a question that I was going to ask, but then we overlapped. Going back to portfolio and what it looks like in the gallery. I do remember speaking to a photographer whose general work... and in talking to them, they mentioned that they never post dancing photographs because that, not that it wasn't their thing, but they just wanted to keep that emotional vibe of their work kind of first and foremost. What would you have to add to that discussion there? Because I was completely understanding, but then I was like, but you're missing there's dynamics at a wedding that can be explored. And in my opinion, probably should be explored rather than creating I'm going to say one-dimensional, but I don't mean it as an insult. It's like a one emotional kind of push. What would you add to that?
So what? He was only uploading pictures of. He wasn't doing dance floor.
No dance floor, like a lot of the couple together, close, intimate kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So he loves the emotional side of things. I get it. Like I'm the same as well. I love that side, but I
Yeah.
try and I really try and kind of post the whole thing. I think couples want to see the variety of the whole day. So I try and put dance floor pictures in and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of keeping it balanced. Carry on.
No, it was just because Greg obviously mentioned, how does it look in their gallery when you've got flash and non-flash for the speeches and stuff, and it got me thinking about that when you were talking there, and I was like, yeah, I can understand even on a visual level, it maybe not feeling like the same, but I don't know. I was completely understanding. So I don't know. I just wanted another opinion there.
Yeah. It's hard, isn't it? Because you're in so many different lighting scenarios and stuff in a wedding as well. It's hard to keep it all. It depends where you are.
Yeah.
Of course. Like it's so hard to keep it all. But that's the beauty of it. Every wedding is so different as well, isn't it? And my main focus is I just want to capture every single celebration and have that documented for them. So, and I'll post it all. Yeah, all parts of the day. I just answer your question.
Yeah, no, it's great. Do you ever struggle with, because obviously you're in the city shooting, or you're at manor houses, you're in destinations. Do you ever struggle with how you apply color to keep your brand in mind, or is that even a thought for you?
No, for sure it can be, because like we touched on before, so many different lighting scenarios. It's but now doing it such a long time, we get different lighting scenarios. We've got kind of like how we edit those parts. So I'm confident with it all being quite, carefully created, and it all, is consistent all the way through. It's really challenging when the light is just so different all day.
Yeah,
Mad, isn't it? Yeah.
That I do find that weddings are like, because obviously when you have a brand or you're doing studio work, you have immense control of every single aspect of everything, but with a wedding you don't. And I just there is a struggle with trying to create a cohesive brand or feel, and then obviously like that other photographer, they're wanting to just hone in on one element. I'm like, yeah, I get it, the whole visual brand identity, mixed with just the role of a photographer being like, we're there as well to just document what's happening. And so it's a really interesting balance, and I don't know, striking the balance can be difficult for many people, especially newbies coming in. Do you have any advice for newbies coming in? I mean, what should they focus on? How do they keep a brand identity? Yeah. I know it's a big open question. I'm sorry. No. I like to do this.
No, that's all good. No, so I would say we've kind of like new photographers, just keep shooting, getting used to all different lighting scenarios. I think is just so important, because I think when we first start, you're like, I just want to stick to natural light. I'm a natural light photographer. I'm not going to do anything else. But really, that's just impossible. Like you've got to adapt to so many different situations, and then of course that then means adapting like how you edit, and just fine tuning and being really comfortable and confident with all areas, I think. But yeah, brand identity, I think that bit part takes time, I think, as well. When you first start, you're learning how to like color grade everything, and it's very overwhelming, isn't it? I think it does take time to get comfortable with what kind of aligns with you, like what speaks to you the most and what you want to attract. And then I think everything starts to align and kind of go together. I used to find when I first started, people would be like, you need to get on your stories and you need to talk all the time and you need to be doing that. And I'd be like, oh. And I kind of don't. And I always thought that, I do show my personality, but I'm not always kind of showing up in that respect. So that's something that if you know, and that, but where I kind of connect with my couples is when I'm getting on the call. But I think, again, it's just like how you work, how you want your business to be. Like at the end of the day, it's the beauty of it, isn't it? We've all got our own businesses and we can, tailor it to how we are as people. And
So speaking about like getting them on a call, do you?
I was going to say,
do you get them on a call before sending pricing or anything? Do you what does the sort of inquiry to booking process look like?
Yeah, so when they contact me, I've kind of just got my contact form or on my website. So that once that's sent to me, I'll always kind of do a personal email. I've kind of got like an automated as such, but I'll always change it. If they I ask them like how their day's going, if they want to tell me any details. So it depends on what I receive. So I try and make like a personal connection, like straight away. It's not just blunt and very non-personality. I try and, talk about things and that. So I'll always personalize the email, but that's sent with my pricing kind of straight away.
Right.
They'll kind of look over that. And then usually I tend to get in a call after. So kind of when they're ready to book or, they just want to speak to me, get to know me a bit more, then I'll schedule in a video call with them.
Do you have any advice for people who struggle with the call? And obviously people struggle for different reasons. My wife, for example, hates calling people and would rather communicate over email. Like I totally get it. But yeah, do you have any advice?
Yeah, I always try and my approach to it is that I just want to hear about them. So I like it if the couple are really kind of talking a lot. I try and just ask questions to begin with, just about them. I just kind of I don't want it to be too like interview kind of vibe, That's like kind of how I approach it. So, we'll just like have a little general conversation, getting them talk about how they met, like kind of like their vibes, what they're like excited about for their wedding and all the planning that they've got. And then, and then any questions they've kind of got for me, but it can be a lot. And I think it's, again, just getting used to it. Because we have to get on these Zoom calls. It's a good opportunity for you as a photographer as well to get to know them. But yeah, I try and make it an open conversation where they're talking. I want them to tell me everything. Yeah.
I think that's a good approach.
Where do you do your calls? As random a question as that is.
Usually in here, not in that echoey room.
Okay. Usually. Okay.
Yeah. Usually in here. Yeah. Usually in here.
Who are we speaking to, Greg? And they were like, oh yeah, I pick a room where there's loads of things on my shelves or whatever. And obviously I've taken that inspiration because I've got things that you can really see the stuff on my shelves. But when there's the big call, you can maybe pick an item or two and they'll be like asking questions about those little things. It'll just help spark a little bit of curiosity in the person rather than what you might think the call's about, which is like define details. Because for me anyway, I'm very much like you. I like to ask questions. I like to get to know the people because that's the importance of the call. And obviously, if they have any questions, answering the questions. But yeah, it's like half of our calls are just like talking about music, talking about TV shows, like just getting to know them, like what's your beliefs, like why, like them telling me about their family, and I'm like, oh right, so we've got to watch your mom. Okay, cool. Oh, your dad's one of those, right? Okay, cool. I'll make a note and just like have a joke around, Yeah,
1,000% I'm with you. And I think that's what they kind of they want that as well, don't they? We forget sometimes that on our side, we're there for a wedding day, but it's big. It can be really big for people choosing who they want. They're going to be there for. We're going to be there for the whole day, like in a really personal way. So they want to feel comfortable with you. Yeah. But I'm the
Yeah.
same. I got on a call recently and I had a dog, so we were both like holding the dogs up. Great.
Yeah. See, and I feel like, I mean, I don't know what you were like earlier on, but like when I was very nervous, and we've been doing this for 15 years, so like we were small little boys when we started. I'd come with my little notepad and have like questions pre-written and sit them by my laptop and ask and that's how. I mean, that's when we would do calls. If we could meet them in the pub, then we kind of tried to meet them in the pub.
Yeah.
But just it's so different then, because there was so much structure in the way that I wanted to be perceived, because I wanted to do it right. I wanted to be a business person, so you gotta ask the right questions, you gotta perform, you gotta know what you're talking about, that kind of stuff. But I don't know, the more you do it, the more you realize it's what's that famous line? People buy people.
Yeah.
It's so true though, isn't it? It is true.
That I always think about that all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
By the time they're on a call, they're not. You're not trying to sell them on the work, because they've already seen your website, your portfolio enough. They like it enough to want to schedule a call. So it is really just a case of qualifying, like, do they like this person or this duo or something? Always one question it's slightly salesy question is like making them talk about what they love in your work. So they're selling you to them, like they're selling to themselves basically.
That's
so
good.
If we're sort of getting towards the end of the call, it's like, oh, what did you like in our work? And then they start to remind themselves about how much they loved your work. And it's like, yeah, this guy's good.
Yeah, that's such a good idea. Yeah. I think that's it though. Yeah, you're right. I think we go into the call sometimes, like you said, when you're preparing loads. I think we've all done it, but I think really it's just having that call, just chatting. I try and make it as laid back and relaxed as possible, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's kind of like my approach.
Yes.
I think it's important, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, obviously, this might not work for everyone, but like, if you want a glass of wine when you're having your Zoom call with a client, just like do something to just chill the tones down. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. I think if they wanted wine, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? There's no wrong answers in business. It's just
absolutely hungry.
Let's talk about pricing then, because I'm intrigued where you put your pricing at to a level that aligns with your work. And I feel this is probably a natural segue, because maybe the whole, do you put the pricing on your website? Do you not put your pricing on your website? And if you don't put your pricing on the website, then suddenly that call that we were talking about, like it's all funneling into that one question: how much are you? And so it's how do you do that with your pricing? Where's your pricing level? And then
yeah, it's such a hard one, isn't it, with pricing? And like what you said with the website as well, I always find I've had like such a back and forth. And I think everyone's different. Everyone's got an argument for it. With kind of, should I put my pricing on there? Should I not? I don't. So I don't have my pricing on my website. So they do have to contact me. I even did I did have like a starting at one point. I got rid of that. But now I just send them out through the pricing guide, and then I'll always get on a call after that, because I always kind of want them to be happy before they get on a call. That's kind of like my approach with it. But yeah, with kind of pricing, I don't know if I make it too hard for myself, but I've got like 3 different price guides. So I've got my my UK one, and then I've got like London elopements, which is more like micro elopements if they want like less coverage. So I kind of focus on that. And then I've also got like my destination wedding ones. So my destination wedding ones is the prices, what you see in my packages. There's no extras. So travel, I don't do separately. I do it all included.
Yeah.
And that's kind of always worked out for me. I just find that if you just flat out tell them like your price and there's no hidden things, they don't have to worry. It's stressful, isn't it, for them? It's just another thing they have to think about. So yeah. So I always put travel included in those for all my packages. Same with UK as well.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask because you mentioned the destination one. There's no added things. Are there any added things with the other ones? Obviously, you mentioned travel is included, but
Yeah.
like hotel accommodation, that sort of thing, is that included as well with your UK ones, or what else
It
can they add on?
depends. So I've got like a
Okay.
mile radius. I think if it's anywhere, because I'm like down south. So if I was to get a wedding up north, then the prices would increase a little bit, and I kind of structure it depending on where it is.
Yeah.
But for London and kind of everything that's around me, and the south coast is all included. Yeah, and then London's the same as well.
Okay. Cool. What do you not putting your prices on a website? Is that out? Is that so that you can have more flexibility in setting that pricing right off the bat, or just behind the scenes, are you like a fixed price and maybe you'll like change it every so often?
Yeah, so sometimes I do change it. It depends. But I do find, I think when I've had my pricing like starting from on my website, I just think it just shuts things off. It can shut things off like quite quickly. I think it's hard for couples because they don't actually know what their budget is and what they are spending at times. So I think once you can kind of send over your packages and kind of like your guide, and they get to feel like a bit more about you and and all that. And I've got like a link in my price guide to like full galleries so they can view that. And then I don't know, it kind of wins them over a bit more.
Was your pricing, was that something that came like that evolved naturally, or was it something that you set like intentionally right from the beginning?
It's kind of evolved in time. Yeah, it's changed so much. Honestly, yeah. Especially at the beginning, it's just kind of like I swear every few months it was changing.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for people who are struggling? Because I think, especially for us in the UK, we don't like to talk about money. I don't know. It's kind of raised in us that it's I don't know, tacky or something. But yeah. Any advice, especially for those newer coming in?
Yeah, I think it's kind of getting to start with like a ballpoint of like how many weddings you kind of want to do a year, and then kind of work it out that way, and kind of like with like an end goal of how much you would like to make. I think it's quite a good one, and then kind of setting a realistic number from there, and what you're just happy with. I find my destination ones I struggled with the most to begin with because they're so cost heavy. They are. There's a lot into it, and you forget. You've got like the airport parking, you've got renting a car when you're away, you've got like the insurance, you've got like parking when you're there, like abroad, and then you've got the hotels, you've got literally the list goes on. So it can get really spenny. So it's like being aware of that as well initially, like destination weddings is something you want to get into. It's
Something we've not actually asked is, do you shoot solo or do you have a second shooter that you regularly work with?
So yeah, I have the option. So my package is just me. I always kind of advise that with like a more intimate destination wedding. So if it's kind of like 40 guests and we're doing like a small enclosed venue, such, I'll just have me. Yeah, it depends. But if it's a bigger wedding, I'll always recommend a second photographer. I think it's just so powerful because some of the venues are like massive, and it's like a threat to get around. They're big. So yeah, I always, if it's like 80 guests or higher, 100 guests, I always say second photographer is such a good route to go down. And because destination weddings, they're so, in the UK everything's earlier because obviously it's not hot. So in destination weddings, the ceremonies are like 5 p.m. So after the ceremony ends, it's like go. It's go. Yeah. So I think second photographer for that is amazing. I always recommend it because drinks receptions happening probably around the time. I'll be doing couple portraits, family portraits, all those. So you can't be everywhere, can you? So I always advise that. But yeah, I've got like a little group of people that I tend to work with like a lot, which I love. It's nice having someone with you.
Yeah.
Do you guys work together all the time?
Yeah.
98% of the time.
Love it. It's like, having a little pal for the day. I love it.
Yeah.
Very
But we
nice.
Yeah,
found
it
the
is
pricing
good.
for destination weddings tough. And like we're talking back 2012, 2013, we did a few of them. And then we're like, nah, like we're paying for 2 flights from Glasgow, which is not a good connected city. Like at least London's a bit more connected.
Yeah.
And it was just like, we're charging about the same price for travel as we are for the actual shoot. Like it was crazy sometimes.
It does. It gets so expensive. And like you said, 2 of you. And out of Scotland, it's hard. I suppose, would you have to fly out or go down to London and then fly out that way?
Usually, like 2 flights. Yeah.
But how beautiful is it when you get a flight that's at your like local airport? I've got Bournemouth Airport near me, and obviously there's like 2 flights a day. But Mallorca flies out of Bournemouth. I love it. I've got one. Got a Mallorca wedding this year, and I've literally booked the flights out of Bournemouth Airport, and it's honestly it's like an 8-minute drive from my house. I'm like,
Ideal.
It's like it's so nice not driving to Gatwick or like Luton, Stansted, all them. Yeah, it's that part. And they're always. Why are they always? The flights are always at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that is one thing. Like when we had to go to like Schiphol Airport, like Greg would always have us up at like 3 a.m. I'd be like, I'm not a morning person, Greg. Why are you doing this to me? It's like it's the most direct flight. I'm like, ah.
And what are you guys like with airports? Do you get there really early, or do you just like get there at the?
I like to get there super early because I never like to feel like I'm like stressed. And this is my approach in all things in life. Like for weddings, I'll arrive like an hour or 2 early just so I can like get some drone stuff and have a coffee and just like chat about doing stuff. Airport's the same. I never want to feel like I'm missing anything, or maybe I want to have breakfast, maybe I don't. Like
I'm 100% with you on that. I don't like to be stressed. I'm like I learned it from my dad though. I remember as kids when we'd go on holiday, we'd get to the airport. I mean, I don't get as early as him. He'd turn up like 5-6 hours early, and we'd be like, but like now what? He's like, we're just like soaking up the atmosphere, and I'd be like,
of the airport.
Airport. There's no atmosphere here. But no, I'm the same as you. I always like to get there early. Coffee, food, walk slowly.
Speaking about stress, how are you feeling about Thrive?
I am looking forward to it. I've never really done many presentations like this. I mean, I went to uni many moons ago, had to do it then, but I am looking forward to it. I've done my presentation. I'm good to go. So I just think it's funny because basically originally when Lisa contacted me, I said no to begin with. I was like, no, not doing it. And afterwards I thought about it. I was like, we need to push ourselves, I think. It's good to push yourself out your comfort zone, do something that you've kind of never done before. So, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good. And there's some like really great speakers that are there. So looking forward to kind of meeting them. And I know there's some familiar faces that I know that are going. So like seeing them will be fun. And I'm really excited for the shoot the next day. Like really excited.
Yes. Tell us about that. What have you got planned?
So I'm doing, obviously it's in Edinburgh. I am doing like a city elopement style. So I've got kind of like a model couple that are joining me for the day. Hopefully we're permitting, we're all good, we can go outside. But I have got like a backup plan as well. So I'm kind of doing like an indoor, in the hotel that it is, kind of like an indoor shoot with like a backdrop with like pink velvet fabric I've got just on a photography stand. Kind of just do some like editorial flash work, like off camera flash, like because I kind of do a lot of that with my couples. And just a real opportunity for people who want to kind of see how I work, how I direct my couples, and getting those shots. The city elopement I kind of want to get into because I do a lot of them, and my talk is kind of, it speaks about that quite a bit. So I kind of wanted it to align with that in a way. They'd hear my talk and then they can actually see it in action, essentially.
Tell me about your models. Are Did you know them? Did Lisa put you in contact with them, or did you personally reach out to them, or?
Yeah, so I personally reached out to them, but Lisa did send me a few that were like local.
Right.
Okay.
So I picked, they're a real couple, which is great. That's like an important one for me. I mean, completely fair enough when people do use couples that aren't actually together, but I just think for me, for that emotional side of thing, is just really important for me. So I kind of really want that. I want the models to feel comfortable as well. So just having that nice, intimate, shots. But yeah, so Lisa sent me the couple, but yeah, looking forward to them. They're great.
Cool. Is it just male, female, girl, boy, or boy, or?
It is. It's male and female. So
You need to sound so disappointed. It's okay.
Did I sound disappointed?
it is.
I'm not thinking if they're disappointed, the people that are coming. But kind of the approach that I'm doing is I kind of want it to be like really cool, effortlessly cool. So I got the guy in like kind of an oversized suit-ish. He's got like tattoos. So it's not, it's kind of leaning into that kind of side. And then I'm using Jessica Bennett Bridal. Her dresses are brilliant, beautiful. But she's got like a bespoke, like civil ceremony kind of outfit, skirt and top, little mini veil. So yeah, it'd be really cool.
Nice.
There'll
be no vacuum sealing that bad boy. It just slip straight.
I was going straight in the bag, no problem.
Straight in the bag, nice and easy, effortlessly cool. That's right.
No getting anyone to help me. Yeah, pick up that vacuum bag. So funny. Maybe the fabric though. I've ordered quite a lot.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Probably the backdrop.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
Trees. All right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See when you have like a styled shoot, and you've got ideas, like how do you pull them together? Hang on. How do you form ideas that are going to be beneficial to you, or do you maybe this is a question for your older self? Did you use them as practice? Like,
yeah, I think to begin with, it was practice more than anything. I was kind of setting them up, doing all sorts. I don't think necessarily I had an end goal in mind. It was just, I was just so excited. I was like, I just want to shoot all the time. Let's do this. Let's do that. It was really impulsive, very quick. Where now, I think as time's gone on, I'm really more intentional with kind of what I'm creating. That's kind of, I think that again, that happens like over time, isn't it? I think you work out what you like, what speaks to you, and then you go from there. But it all depends with like the kind of shoot that I go for. But again, it always tends to start like on Pinterest, I'd say. I'll have an idea in mind or a venue or like a certain style, and then you'll like pull ideas from there. And yeah.
All right. Yeah, cool. Interesting. So that's day 2. So I'll encourage people to buy tickets for that. If you're on the fence, hopefully what Josh has said will sway you to buy his tickets, assuming that you still have tickets available.
I believe so, yes. Yeah, I've still got some in the afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully by the time this episode releases, which this might be the last one that releases, am I right, Greg?
Yeah. Yep.
It is. So hopefully there will be tickets. But when you hear this, go and double check, because I think it'll be a good one. And then your day 1, your talk. What are people going to be learning from you?
Yeah. So my main focus for my talk is about the power of Pinterest. So I know we've kind of gone into it a bit more.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's talking about, really honing in kind of like on how I use it for my business, how it's helped. There's a kind of a step process of how to like set it up that I go into, and just like how to word your descriptions, what to post, how to curate it, all those little bits. And just, I've got all the statistics kind of behind it as well, with kind of like how my work's been seen. Just basically, I appreciate that there are probably going to be people who might have used it before, some that are familiar with it, but some that aren't. And I think a lot of us don't use Pinterest. Yeah. So I'm just really trying to encourage people to basically just say like, really, it's so powerful. It's such a good tool. Use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't cover too much of it on the episode, because I didn't know that was the topic.
Yeah, no, me neither.
A little bit. It's fine. It's okay because I've got a long talk about it. It's all good.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's exciting, because so usually when we show up for Thrive, it's to be there to help Lisa, to have beers at the bar and just general socializing. But because I don't know anything about Pinterest and I am intrigued about it, it is a platform that I know nothing about. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be sitting down and listening to you with 100% focus. So I'm very much looking forward to that.
Okay, good. Yeah. I'm excited. I want people to kind of feel more confident in using it and just being aware of how good it can be. Yeah. But again, it's very, I kind of go into being overwhelmed, and it can be a lot, can't it? It's a lot of apps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
But I know I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be good, and it's literally very soon now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I love Edinburgh as well. Edinburgh's great. Such a beautiful city.
It is. It's a cool city. I mean, I know we're kind of Glasgow side, but yeah, and Edinburgh's got a lot going for it.
Yeah, and I think I'm kind of really trying to hope to hone in on going outside, because I'm really big on like architecture and stuff, and Edinburgh is just insane as a backdrop. It's just beautiful.
It is.
Yeah,
it is on that as well.
Yeah.
I'd say that architecture inspiration comes through in your gallery as well. Like, yeah.
Ooh. Speaking of, shall we move into show and tell, Greg?
Let's do it.
For people new to the podcast, this is show and tell, where I have gone through Josh's a lot of his gallery work, and I have picked some images that I like, and so I'll say why I like it, and then I will pass it off to get as much information on the image as possible, whether that be the pre-planning stage or composition or as much information as I can get, as long as Josh can remember. Okay, so this first image just felt like a still from a movie. Like the lines here are so gorgeous, and for me that subtle blue in the sky is just such a welcome, just such a welcome color here for me in what is a lot of white and a lot of shades. So I really like this, and those leading lines, absolutely beautiful. Can you tell me more about this image? Was it an actual wedding? What was your thought process behind it? Had you seen it, like this area, and thought, yes, I'm going to create this image here later on?
Yeah, so this was shot last summer, and I like it because it's like they're walking into the sky.
Yeah.
Before they're going to the clouds. Well, there's no clouds, the sky. But with this one, so this was shot at Miseria Morissetta, I think I'm pronouncing that right, in Puglia, and this was a real wedding, and I've been following this venue for ages, because I was really into like travel photography before, and it's it's posted quite a lot because architecturally it's insane. So when I got the inquiry, I was like, oh my God, this is like all of my dreams come true.
Yeah.
So when I got the booking, I was so excited, and they were such a lovely couple. And it was, we got on really well. Again, it was very like intimate wedding. So we really like connected. I think there was like 40 guests. So it really felt like I was part of, as like an extra guest. It was right. So nice. So this was just after their ceremony. They'd had drinks reception, some pictures. As they basically, it wasn't dark yet, of course, but they started like lighting the candles at the table. So it's just like a really great opportunity for us to see the table, that they hadn't seen what they'd created, basically, because they were heavily like involved in it. They had like ceramic pottery on the table. I don't know if you've seen it before, like where the courtyard is. It's in front of these staircases. Mm-hmm. It's like all the tables are out, and then in the middle, directly between the tables, is that. And it's just set, like picture wise, I could have been there for like an hour just taking pictures of the setup. It was, when you get really excited, it's just like, I can't stop taking pictures of this. So the table shot happened. They were kind of walking around looking at what they created, which was a nice moment. And then we took some pictures on the stairs. We were just around that area. And then I was like, right, let's go up now, because the sun was up there. It was beautiful. So it was kind of just that in-between moment. I just loved like what she was wearing. She was wearing like a bespoke dress from like Amari Bride. And it was like, it had the dress and then it had like a chiffon, I think it was, like overall over the hair. It was just beautiful. So, and it was like, there wasn't much wind, but as she was walking, it was just flowing so nicely. And she was kind of lifting it up. I always say like, yeah, lift up the dress. I love that little moment where they're just having like, they're getting up there, making their way up. So yeah, that was just like an in-between moment. And then we had pictures on the deck above, which again was beautiful. And I remember when we went up there, all their guests were downstairs, like in the greenery at the back. So when we went up, I got them to stand up on this little ledge, and they were just like waving at all their guests, and they were all down below. It was lovely.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned that venue, I feel like we've had a show and tell where that has been the backdrop, and I'm trying to remember who it was. Greg, was it Monica Frias?
I don't know.
God,
Possibly.
anyway, yeah. So I'm very familiar with this venue, even though I've never been there. I've seen some stunning images. But yeah, I don't know, it's subtle things about this image, like the intensity of the light of those top lines. It's almost like I don't know, like just
the architecture, isn't it? And there's something so nice about like minimalism. I love, where it's so simple, but it just works so well. I love all that. Like, I went recently to a venue in Mallorca just to look around it. It was like I never know if I'm pronouncing it right. Nurndorf House. There's like a lot of, it's like terracotta, and it's literally like that, just like terracotta, and the way the light just like hits the building is just insane. Like you get all the shadows that go across. It's just like, it's just so nice.
Yeah, it's something you just don't get in the UK, really.
No.
Well, the architecture, but the white and the lines,
and the light is just so different, isn't it? It just never.
Yeah, it is so different. Yeah,
so different. Gel. It was like that here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no. Right, next image, Greg. Yes, this one. Oh, quite interesting for me. It stood out. I felt quite at peace with this image, but again, almost in a lonely way. Another photographer might pick this subject, shoot a little bit further away, and center frame this individual. And I like how she's kind of off to the side, but the way she's facing, if you were to pick a side, like I understand the kind of is that a veil off the head piece?
Yeah, just veil. The hat.
You've let the veil have the space, which I quite like. And it's also like the black and white is like not like really crunchy. There is a softness to it, which you see in your work, and it's actually one of the elements I really like. There's a delicateness to your work. But tell me about this image. What was your thoughts?
Yeah. So I thought the same when I was doing this shoot. I wanted kind of the peaceful side of it. I just liked that she was, because she's a model, she's one of my friends. When she was like, what kind of vibe are you wanting from this shoot? Because this was just a styled shoot that I'd done near me. And she was like, what kind of vibe do you want with this? I was like, I don't want over the top posing. I just want it quite strong, like stances, like just still. But I loved that the veil kind of spoke for it all. The veil was, it was moving around. We were by the sea. We were on like by a cliff edge. So but it wasn't windy. It was summer. So it was like a lovely evening, but there was just like a light, delicate wind. And I just love that was just like the focus of this shoot, really. Like she was hidden. There wasn't a lot of her face. She was kind of hidden behind the hat, and just the veil and the styling kind of spoke a lot to it. And I love the backdrops of, I love the sea and the ocean. Like I'm there all the time. So doing this shoot to me was I wanted it to be there, and like the rocks that were behind. It's all on the Jurassic Coast, so it's a really for me personally, I go there a lot. It's a place called Dancing Ledge. I go down there with my friends in the summer, and yeah, it's a very great place for me, like personal place. But yeah, so I wanted to incorporate that side. But the story with this is this model is one of my really dear friends, and her wedding was the first wedding I ever photographed.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so I
Okay.
literally shout out to Maddie, love her. She was the first wedding I ever done. I remember I hadn't done one before. I was really into photography, and she was like, but I'd always done like travel and like landscapes. That was like my bag initially when I was first starting. And she said, "Oh," and we did it was during COVID. I did a shoot with her, and it was at the coast. It wasn't this one; it was a separate one. And she said, "Oh, I'm engaged now. Would you do my wedding?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "Please, like, I really feel comfortable around you. Like, you've taken photo shots for me before, and I love them. Like, please do my wedding." And yeah, I did her wedding, and absolutely loved it. And it kind of started from there, really. So having her, I did this shoot last summer. Having her modelled for me, I was just like, yeah, needed to be her.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, that's lovely.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
image
Good.
definitely speaks to like the fashion forward side of your work. Like it wouldn't be out of place in a high end magazine. Like it looks, you can tell. Well, you can't tell she's a model, but it makes sense now that you say that.
Yeah. And I agree. I love the styling of things. Like I'm very, into fashion and that side. Like that really speaks to me. So yeah. And I think with these kind of shoots as well, I am always very, like that focus is a big one for me, and getting the dress right and having like the right silhouette. Like that was important, that I wanted it to be quite, like fitted, like almost corsety looking, not too big. I wanted it quite structured. So then it kind of spoke with the veil the most, and the hat. But yeah, I love the power of the fact that you can't actually, obviously I'm a lot emotion based. So you see people's faces and people's reactions. I appreciate this is like a styled shoot, so it's completely different to a wedding. But I love the power that it's still quite emotional, but you actually can't see her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the emotion is in the subtext. I think, and again, we've had so many photographers on here that understand the power of subtext, because weddings can be like they have their big moments, and I think a lot of photographers kind of like showcase the big moments, and they miss out on the subtleties of this because it's maybe they find it harder to is it harder to show the depth in an image in things like social media or marketing? I don't know, but yeah, I like that image for that. It kind of just says something that's not like in your face. It's more like I could sit with this image for a while and feel those emotions coming out of it. But yeah. Next image, Greg. Let's see what we've got.
First of all, like with this image, you mentioned the location meant a lot to you and you loved shooting there, but it's also quite ambiguous. It could be anywhere. Was that something that went through your mind in the sense of like, I could use this to try and market the destination work because it doesn't show exactly where it is?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, that's the thing with it. She is literally just sat in front of rocks. She could be anywhere. But I have done that previously in the past for sure. Like I always, I've got some really nice beaches and stuff around me. And I have done shoots before where I've kind of thought, this could be anywhere. This could be anywhere. So, and kind of marketed it that way, definitely. And I love it because this night as well, because I love like a pink sky. I'm a sucker for like a pink sky. Shooting around that time, it can be dark, but I just love it. And like with that cliff edge, and it had the water and the moon was starting to come out and it was pink sky. And I remember I was saying this to my friend before the shoot and she was like, we might not get pink sky. And I was like, true, but let's just go down. And it's such a trek to get down as well. It's like a massive, like we were practically abseiling. I feel bad for her, really. Things I but we went down there and then and it all worked out. It was perfect. But no, 100%. Yes, I kind of, that's the power of it as well. You can really like change it up. You could say that could be in Mallorca. You never know.
On a pure SEO topic here, when you are like when you are showcasing this image and you maybe have that idea in mind that it could be anywhere, would you name a file like this Majorca beach session, or are you more factual and actual about the location and stuff, or maybe you don't even think about SEO?
No, there's the question. I think initially I used to kind of change it.
Mhm.
But now I don't. I mean, this was like a personal shoot for me that I did last year. So I kind of did like a free set, like editorial capsule, I called it. It was like all relating to like the seaside. So I did like this fashion shoot. But when I kind of uploaded this post, I made it known that it was like the Jurassic Coast.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. It was like Dorset, and it was like all the locations were like personal to me.
Yeah.
So with that, I didn't change anything.
Cool.
For like destination purposes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, totally. Next image, Greg. I'm intrigued to see what I picked. Oh yes. Oh man. We talk a lot about cinema as inspiration for imagery, and I think that can come across as well, I suppose many different ways. But for me, when I think cinematography, I think like backlighting, I think quite tight in for emotional shots. But I don't know, I looked at this and I thought, man, this is a cinematic shot. It's making space tell a grander story here. And again, your blues are lovely and subtle, which I really like. Like your sky colors are lovely. Tell me about this image. What were you going for? And do you think this is like a cinematic image, as flowy and nebulous as that term can be?
Yeah, you know what? Going off cinematic, when you asked me earlier about my style, I do actually forgot to mention that couples have said that to me previously, saying you're quite cinematic, and I've kind of tried to start going into that, like realizing that could be actually an aspect of my work. I didn't realize that for a long time, but I think going off this picture, it makes sense with like kind of how I started photography, like being in loving landscapes and the sky and the ocean and travel. Like I do always try and incorporate in that some level. Obviously, of course, when you're in London or you're in certain venues, it's hard to. But but that does sing to me a lot. Like again, pink sky, got a bit of pink in there.
Yeah.
So that was a moment I knew I had to step back and because I think they're doing like personal vows. So I took a step back and really wanted to get like a wide shot of them.
Yeah. So this is actually an important moment for them as well.
Well, yeah, but the history behind this is actually a styled shoot. Sorry to ruin it for you.
No, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So this one is this is in Portland, in Oregon, in the US. So there was just I went with my friend and we planned a whole shoot. This is going back about 3 years ago. Yeah. And we planned this one. This is like a model couple, but we had like vow cards. We just wanted it to be quite like an Airbnb style elopement. Yeah.
Very cool.
That's why the light looks different and the mist off the ocean is different. It's Portland. That's why.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the same if that was Bournemouth. No.
Yeah. There is something about the mist off the ocean, which I don't think we've ever really spoken about, but like that side of the coast does, like the mist coming off that. Yeah, you just don't really get that over here. Our seas can be quite aggressive.
Oh my
aggressive
God,
and fucking cold.
And her hair would be like on ends because the wind would be mental, wouldn't it? Yeah, windswept.
Yeah,
Still, that night was lovely. It had like you said, it had the mist on the water, which was amazing. And it was just it was so still.
Yeah,
it was it was lovely, very picturesque.
Yeah. And this image does it justice for sure. On a purely practical level, okay, you go over with your pal to shoot there, are you like how are you finding models? How are you finding couples? Or because like if someone has a style shoot in mind but a location and they're not really sure where to go to find people, give them some practical advice here. How can
Yeah.
they find people?
Yeah. So with that, I kind of started with, I think I'd found this Airbnb online. They're really good on like socials and stuff. And I'd seen another model couple photograph there before.
Okay.
So that's initially where I found it. And I was like, the decor inside was so cool. It was like 70s. You can't see in this, but it's like the venue was amazing. And then this was obviously the backdrop. But couple wise, so I found them through searching on Instagram. So how I found them was, I think I even might have put in like Portland model couples, and then just found it through that way. A lot of research. I think I was searching for a long time. And I found the couple, and then I had a florist that drove down from Seattle, and then a planner and a stylist, and she created there was like a table inside the room. So they helped me with like that kind of aspect. So it was fun. It was really fun. But yeah, Instagram, honestly, I searched high and low on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you just DM'd them.
Yeah. And then just DM them, said, are you available? I'm traveling literally on this day. Are you free? And they were like, yeah, let's go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's great. It's actually where my friend who I took, she's like a big Twilight fan, and that's where it's like filmed around there. So
right. Okay.
Yeah, there's a fact for you. So yeah,
no judgment. You're fine.
But yeah, it was cool though. It's all where Twilight's filmed. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The Airbnb, did you just book there a night, or like did you book just to shoot there, or did you think I can stay there as well? I'm going to stay there and use this accommodation to shoot.
Yeah. So again, this was back when I was a flight attendant. So she came with me on a trip. I was working, and then we arranged this all beforehand. But we booked the Airbnb for the shoot, but we stayed the night, so we booked it as a guest. So once the shoot was finished, we had like all night, and then checked out the next day. It was lovely.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Okay. To see any more of these images, are they on your blog or?
For this shoot, I think I have got a blog on it. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm intrigued. I want to see more.
Yeah.
All right. I think, was I a good boy, Greg? Did I keep it to 3?
Nope.
No. Oh man. Okay. I remember why I kept this in. In fact, is this the last one, Greg?
This is the last one. Yeah.
I I really like this image. Just the point of view, but the light on those drapes. Drapes? Would you call them drapes?
Yeah, drapes.
Yeah. Oh man, just so nice, especially with the way that you color your images. Just that soft, subtle shift from colors and shades of that color throughout this image. Oh, so nice. Tell me about this image. Why did you take it? How did you take it? Because it's very top down. So I'm assuming either you use the drone or there's a balcony, which is probably maybe more likely.
I think balcony. Yeah.
Yeah, balcony. So so this was like an aerial view from the balcony or at Hedsall House. This was photographed at. Yeah. So the kind of the table was all set up, candles lit. Again, the ambient, no flash, all dark, moody. And again, like you said with the fabric, like I like the aerial view, where the fabric's kind of like, obstructing the view of the table, and you see little snippets of it in between. But that's again what I love with like the kind of ambient romantic side of things. And the fabric, like the way she set it up was wonderful. So remember we shot some of the photos are shot through the drapery as well, which was really nice. It was almost like a mystic, like you could just see like the candles twinkle, like you could see kind of on the top right, it's like a little twinkle of the candle that's through the fabric, just as like little bits like that. Nice. But the aerial view I loved as well.
Do you have any advice as to how people should tackle details like this? Like, obviously this is fairly wide, but how else would you tackle this room if you were to go in and be like, right, okay, I need to document this and I need to make it look good? What's your thoughts?
So yeah, so I find with this part, it can be quite hard because during a wedding, you might not necessarily have long to do like details of this part. You know, people might be coming in soon, the planner's probably rushing you, etc. So you can feel the pressure of that. But I just find, you know, with this, we're very lucky because there was a balcony. So getting that high like subject of it was like, I noticed that straight away and was like, right, I need to get up there for that. So that was kind of like premeditated for that. But yeah, I always try and get a few of each angle. So I'll always kind of get everyone to leave the room so I can have like it empty, and then get like a wide. We're talking like horizontal, then we're going vertical. We can go up if we can, which is great. Again, I did pictures, details through like the drapes, like getting a bit creative and seeing like a different perspective. And then doing close-ups as well. That's kind of like my main focus. So getting a wide both ways, close up both ways. And then, yeah, if I can get this perspective, then great. But, you know, outdoor, well, it can be challenging. It's so hard, isn't it? Because time restraints. But, you know, obviously this was inside. But, you know, when you got destination weddings, you can go outside and you can get a drone. It just adds such like a nice, different perspective to how it would usually look.
Yeah.
The architecture there and stuff. It's just wonderful, isn't it? The table and then the scenery, it just looks so. And it's different perspective for their gallery.
Yeah. It reminded me, Simon, of, and I thought this was why you chose the image, but when you got the drone up inside Gosford and got the top down of the tables, I think it was, who was it? Colin Ross was a photographer.
Colin Ross, yeah. It was
a different perspective.
This was pure Colin's thing. I'm pretty sure he was like, oh man, I'd love to shoot there, and I was just like, I've got the drone. And it was so stressy getting the shot because the couple, like, everything was running a little bit late, and the staff were just taking a little while to get out of the room essentially. And so who was it? Timeless White we were working with. On that one, and she was like, right, okay, I'll let you do it, okay. And I had to just sprint to get the drone and get it ready, and it was a bit of a faff, but yeah, Colin came out with a really cool image.
That's cool.
A very different vibe from this, because the light coming in here is lovely and soft, whereas we got crazy aggressive light through that big window at Gosford House, so the harsh shadows and very different vibe. But you're right, the point of view, Greg, was and it was good.
Like, drones, when you've got a short amount of time, like, drones can be stressful. You guys are probably more used to it than me. Like, I don't do it a lot, but it's stressful.
It is stressful, especially when you're inside. You're like, there are so many things that can go wrong right now.
That was brave. That was brave. I did a drone once off a boat in Italy, in Lake Como.
That is risky.
I'm surprised I got it back, to be honest. Proud of myself for that. But I was so stressed, and the couple were like, "You all right?" I was like, "Yeah, everything's fine." Just trying to get it back. But when you go to, because it's trying to land it on a boat, when you try and grab it as well, it goes away from you, doesn't it?
Yes. I have mastered the quick grab of the hand, and then I don't know if you know, but you can like flip it upside down very quickly to switch off the engines. If it's a DJI drone, I don't know about other brands, but so because we shoot a lot of elopements, and so there's not really any flat ground to land, and so it's more or less a case of just every time having to like, and it just,
you got it down to a T. Bob. Yeah,
it's good. So if anyone needs a tutorial on that, I can teach you. Just ask me at the drive. I'll show you the technique.
That's why he's only got 4 fingers.
That's why I've only got 4 fingers.
I've seen some like footage of like people that have got their drone lost, or just it goes black and it's gone forever. Like, scary, isn't it? Yeah,
it is scary. Yeah, because they're not cheap.
No, they're not. So
Oh my god.
Well, it's also fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Soon I'll be hassling Greg to upgrade our drone, because it's a couple of years old now. So Oh, speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, I was able to get the 70 to 200 I have whittled that boy down, and he bought me it, so it's coming in the post. That's great. So yeah, sorry. There's this theme, Josh, where I just hassle Greg for equipment.
Do you? Greg's like, yeah, soon. All right.
Yeah. Every year there's something. If it's not a new camera, then it's a lens. If it's not a lens, it's a drone.
There's so much temptation, though, isn't there? I always think that. I'm like, Josh, relax, calm down. You want it all, don't you?
Yes. It's I have to be like I know equipment's cool, but it has to have a practical element now for me. Whereas I think back a couple of years, I was just like, yeah, I want to try this. Let's get it. I want to try this. Let's get it. Oh, this is new. This is new. Yeah. There's only so far you can run a business that way, according to Greg. Right. Anyway, that probably brings us to the end. So thank you very much for joining us. I know that's a 2-hour-long conversations, a good amount of time. So I hope you had fun.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on. It's been nice.
Last question, Greg. Do you want to ask it?
Do you have any book recommendations for our listeners?
Ooh, what, like business-wise or just anything?
Your choice. Either business, inspiration, or just, I don't know, a novel.
Okay. I don't know if this is included, but basically I bought not book it actually. It's but it can help for business. It's a productivity planner. Can I recommend this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Honestly, it's great. I've got it here. It's a productivity method. And it's like, honestly, it's a game changer for me. Because when you've got like loads of jobs you need to do or structuring your day when you're working from home, it literally, you can categorize like all your different jobs and like how long they take and just getting things done. That might be a really boring recommendation.
No,
but
it's practical. I like it.
Changed my life.
Okay, so what's the name of it?
It's called. Let me show you now. It's called. I'm like selling it for her, aren't I? Like, yeah.
I feel like link here.
The productivity method, and it's like just for like people that procrastinate and just getting stuff done. It's great. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I like
book-wise, I always say this. I need to start reading more. I used to read so much.
What are you doing on your flight to a destination wedding? Are you listening to podcasts, putting music on?
Yeah, bit of all sorts. So music, podcasts I listen to a lot, whether it's like, educational ones like yourselves guys. I love listening to these ones. But true crime as well. I love true crime podcasts. Yeah.
You are not the first person to say true crime.
Yeah, it's popular, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I love a bit of true crime. I listen to that a lot in the car, and on planes.
Yes. We were at a networking social event, and true crime came up, and it very quickly turned into how would we kill each other and hide the bodies. And it just took a little bit of a dark turn, So just be careful.
What are we talking about?
So just be careful if you're talking about true crime. It can easily be a slippery slope to divulging your plans. Keep them secret; they'll never find out. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Where can people find you online if they want to check out your work?
Yeah, sure. So on Instagram, they can find me under Joshua Woodland Photo, and then my website is literally joshuawoodland.com.
Amazing. And I would recommend that our listeners, I say this every time, but do go and check out Joshua's work because it really is very, very nice. Anyway.
Thank you.
People can find us at Perspective by Cinemate. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can follow us on Instagram at Perspective by Cinemate. And if you haven't bought your tickets to Thrive, knowing this is the last release podcast, it must be very, very soon.
Like it's next week.
It's next week
when this comes out.
So, yes. So if you're going, awesome, we'll see you there. But if not, do buy your tickets because it's a 2-day workshop for photographers. It's on the 10th and 11th of March at the Hotel in Edinburgh. And they are celebrating their 10th year, so expect something a little bit grander. or something special. Maybe not grander. Sorry if I'm putting too much pressure on Lisa there. But it's always an amazing event. Greg and I have been going for years. 4 years. In fact, I was looking back at old footage, 2018, when it was in Edinburgh, and man, that was so much fun as well. So we keep coming back every year because it is really good fun. So buy your tickets. You won't regret it. And if you liked this conversation, you can hit subscribe wherever you get podcasts, on our YouTube as well, youtube.com/@perspective by Cinemate. And like I said, wherever you get your podcasts, hopefully we'll see you in the next episode. However,
in the meantime,
enjoy your Thrive.